For a mama kwaba ye de fe twato no to aso amamu ankrata hodo ana abedwa so no ene e ba bedi ho nkomo. Meantime no, belated happy birthday to you, Madam Olivia Yankee, from Mrs. Abigail Chairman. Saying yesterday was your birthday and she wishes that you will live to be 110 years. So we are praying for that for you. May you have the strength, the health to go through 110 years. So belated birthday, Madam Olivia Yankee. Auntie Mercy Makion Catering Services, Kumasi, Obanya, Obefanisa, Inti Famisa. Mema, good morning. Michelle Bosene, dear, sorry, I'm a film. Ay, Pacho. Mama Kion. Me da sepa, nyami, insha, one da, nyina, my former Makion Catering Services, Kumasi, and me offer. Bakopa ye mi coach Uncle Michael Amonkwafo, formerly director of TV of GBC or GTV. Uncle Hoye me chiao and I'm sorry I'm afraid and obi a me frɛ obi a me sorry I'm afraid. O hwe so na me from pacho frɛ me na o de nya how you go do am now you go polish am be funny sir and then some of bankrata ni mu a ye bedi ho nkomo no me ka che o say anye eba sa ebe galam say intimienu we pa na air trendy if you say daily guide ne various papers na aka na kofa aba crusade the Ghanaian Observer the by sana crusading guide so the abase letter be a unity na letter no say afi de asisu dua na wotwetwa mu no mu de sa 31st judgment na free crown court oba e bi so free US ba ye efa airbus ya ye between 2011 and 2009 e be see 2015 hono mo no na the speculation because you say amodin judgment ni mu no amodin said the kan and say GO1 government official 1 and intermediary 5 as in UK no US no GO1 and intermediary 5 no say individual enti eno ana na trend but ene no almost letter bi ababiem enti na de asisu dua pendwan say said the Ghanaian Observer fa no Mahama involved in negotiation with plane manufacturer. April 2012 letter to Embraer reveals, and our daily guidance will say Mahama Embraer letters pop up in $55 million deal in Tibedi home and Komo. Na afe galam say so dear ebabi. Into the Herald in so far say. Sinking Frimpong Boateng exposes more Galamsey lots, runs to CID with bank accounts holding excavators booty, but keeps mute on his son. Inti Galamsey no so that so air trendy. Say I say Coco football boy ye be more jabimu. Inti enosu ebehwe ho asem na yaka na afei sanya bransem ya asi ewo bosomtwemansi mu wo Asante mantam ni mu no enosu yakope eho enkomo adi posi achi enipa baako ya wono nurse ni a wo boa yama yarehwe no wonka bi nhemu wonye wo bi bone se wokọ banki se wokọ ofie no wokọ adwuma onam ne kwan ena nipa bonefu akofiri ne kwan mu awura mema mienu ato ne mu na kamane nso hwa wodi hu abobo ni arehu obedware ne kra odwira ne kra nka nani begina wasa atena se omasie kuna ka ho entini kunu nsu se posi ema won ho nye ha wom si wonya one suspect de but onton koso a enye wo ho wei ene ensem a ene yebedi eho enkomo ye guest no se de wuni mo no se si ayekọ no 3 last week no obi bi se tode 2 da bi tembia 3 ebia na bibi ntina ba ku bi ama but 3 na ene ye kono enti opani otimi sabenkum so pe eye owura Samuel Jemfi ana Sami Jemfi wo ye National Communications Officer ema NDC amanyoku no eja sami akwaba mejoso ena owura Emmanuel Wilson ono so ye National Communications Director ema PNC really PNC or CPP PNC
but yeah mame infantu just say so the former Kahwa na immediate past Kahwa mepe.
Okay.
Just about 2 weeks ago na me tender in my resignation.
Oh, really?
Director of Communications. But anyway, for other discussions.
Other discussions, I say, what coffee baby akwaba.
Yeah,
Bokodi. Obi dia honko kwesa baby. I don't know how there is okay, we post you know by election said the papa call election and I say by appointment.
Your director of communication has always been by appointment.
Oh, okay.
Indeed, the last the last election, I mean, prior to the 2016 election, I'm a national organizer.
Okay.
But after the 2016 election, I was appointed as the director of communication.
Okay.
But for some internal personal reasons, I decided I wouldn't want to be part of the current leadership for now. And it's just about 2
it's what for PNC.
No, me fee party.
Who PNC, but who kita post to be. I don't know, won't kita post to no, na own fans in it in the Niema. I don't know, Chroma is the moment Chroma real Cosa.
It's in the Niema. You don't necessarily have to hold a position.
But I don't know about connect meeting because me myself, yeah, na me bisa say PNC ya no mo chairman nam ne kwan, flag bearer nam ne kwan, then secretary so nam ne kwan. I'm like wetimi anya United Front that na that unified and Chroma is na mo hwehwe no mo nsaga. Yeah,
say nyame adom na next week ye ba. Yemfa PNC nsem enka topic no. Discuss here no. But for now need ye young concentrate on the
chairman we here.
Yeah, young concentrate on the
organization. Aja will say me no bongo. So chairman na Ura Bernard Mona.
Around, yeah.
And our secretary Atik Mohammed.
They be secretary Jacob Amwako.
Oh, Atik here then.
Oh, but Atik was suspended just after the 2016 election.
Oh, sir. Yes. So he's no more the secretary.
No, not at all.
Oh, I see. Officially.
Yes.
Ah, I see. But Mr. Mona is still your chairman.
Yes, I'm chairman.
And your flag bearer is still your flag bearer.
Former
flag bearer.
Interfering here prepared to go into an election.
Oh, really?
And I said, only you know your flag bearer made the last election. Yeah, she shared me my saying, Yamia Duma, Actreswa by media to see if indeed, constituencies in the Mastati or more. Conferences. Into your hope, we say,
Obi a more position, mon chair yourself, Mubi, Minister can say, na US for crowd, I know you money. But better late than never. Okay. I mean, you put in your mind in place. What serious internal problems?
See the media can you know. You put in your mind in place, and you may have to actually swap by media, now you be your congresses.
Okay.
But the idea then is you started the constituency conferences. After the constituency conferences,
and
I mean, say most of the times the most important one here, regional and national. When a media no ADH, okay. But constituency na more of the local.
But at least you be from Kakra Mayate. Imagine NPP or more constituency election. Oh, after 2016, we're hoping that PPP, CPP, PNC, all them Chromaists. And can say Mubeshen United Front be and the anti 4 years about election.
It's quite unfortunate because me as a person may follow closely the unity of the Nkromais. Indeed, prior to the 2016 election, committee I set up. I was the convener, which was chaired by then Professor Akusa.
Okay.
To ensure you be to me a put here together. But you see, I think the issues of the personal interest now. It does too much. But I see the Nkromais front, not necessarily one political party, but across board in Nkromais front.
Then you don't have the spirit of Nkroma. It's Munjai Nkroma.
And you say we don't have the spirit.
If you do, Nkroma, you be saying Nkroma fear when Nkroma was nationalistic.
I know, not just nationalistic. In fact, Nkroma wanted to unite the whole of Africa. You see that the unity spirit of Nkroma it goes beyond just Ghana.
Believe in his ideas, not a personal interest.
I think say you can't you zoom into it. You best spend it the whole time talking about it because the issues involved next week. You be discussing more about it.
Yo, and many eja will say bubon komo ya third guest in the Honorable Carlos Kingsley Ahinkra, Deputy Minister Trade and Industry MP Tema West walk off on the phone of our cover.
Yeah.
What I say enemy so they be up so na me kan wani ya me malate sa.
Mati. We dem fanche me so say am entire malate na bibi na so bibi.
Of how dey fancy of next week go balate ya me bo dede me york now.
Mati.
Thank you. Of our forms ana.
Oh da cry ma.
Oh sir, tie gina mu Otema West on.
Me friends police executive na ko fa ma.
O ma ko fa ma.
O ma ba ni tua e.
Hey, offendie. Oh, yeah, guy. Oh, it's a video. Be a mekantam cross. So, and answer also.
Oh, MPP they believe in contest. Many sure say.
Mafia, mafia, crofo. We are forms to short no.
You get a carry what you use that.
And then you had a baby or why in the whole day tetesan.
More baby, I'm mafia. Time I be con on the tea. Ubi a enejuma. Ebi a time I be drew on. Na ni pakro ewo assignment for kwakwe. Yanka say because of forms I 20 no chairman secretary no makanina
of a giant Uncle JB will peace or say at the tray call constituency with the trem for 10 on Kogu way constituency be all my Washanti region I 3 last week me am interview no peace
obi anya 10
what funny
I'm not make a
of us mantini yana
but the point is
Uncle JB na kai
said yes obi anya 3
I say I'm the 3 constituency be na short I'll look for the constituency and tell you
10 na short
3 and no say a short to on chop kratamra region na
my make me constituency my 10
okay
10 at my no chairman of the Colonial Election Committee which is the chairman of the elders no
okay
colonial chairman colonial secretary sa grouping you can't have all of them sitting there for 1 month they be on so number 2 so
obviously on be kwa your munuma
enti obi indicated time or
okay
the time no so as a woman you can't blame them.
Okay.
What you say?
That's a good defense so far.
Why are you
save your friend? Okay.
Why do you live in competition, mum? Yeah. No shaky.
Ofanesi. And ya shasi ya niya mon komona eneno ya the police ni betu oni ya shasi ya wo pepe ya nkrata ni nyina dia ba letter no. If you say Owura Sami Jensi press conference wo NDC amanyoko ni dim and say NDC amanyoko press conference no address sabre last week letters no pop up no e no cheche mu if you say na ebi mu speculate in fact wo fa Carlos betina ha last week kra na me nam say mama na papa no na papa say ye mo din adenti na obodi sa wo da fie na re TV na ne de na me dampam na me say hey wo fa na ekom say wo fa dia say me say mama me say judgment here mo papa edin e mo Owura Sami Jensi press conference cheche mu but enne no krata na sign dia ba say let it be a pop up mo cho no ye 20th for 22nd April Ghanaian Observer definitely April 2012 a chese Mampenida da Mahama flag bearer of NDC and Nana Oye in charge of the negotiation any BBR enti Sami afedie I said ya wise name say bas no sana government official one na omo speculating no former president Mahama
yo ya me das dedi kan e be ma atiefo nyina achi menu ampanyufo menu a omo tepono soso me chia obia
okay
but say ya wama MPP social media for no a mislead you
okay
because krata woka ho asem no emfa airbus ho
oh sir
any airbus asem no eni twaka bia
okay
dedi kan ma menka se krata akro no mahu makan
okay
but menyane mpanyufo asa mre no no mo sa so ye ho ni ninkomo a metimi aka sisu dua se eye krata edimu
okay
in this era of fake news fake documents on social media no so who let us be say I was all very very careful in the idea edi kan ne say
when you clarify ho ma me krata
no me krata
ni nimu ana say krata ne mfa airbus who say who say
mfa but I'm building a point so unyanto was say you get my answer
em say won so ntem ase two things either say krata no enye authentic ebi ye fake ti say last week you galam say dey be say o ye prof Frimpong Boateng di na Owura Eugene ayin sasha say na ode ba onu so be kan say it is fake enti ignore no ye one ebi a we will say emfa airbus ho it is it that krata no authentic but emfa airbus ho ana enye authentic ana ye tu ni nyina
me ma no na me answer ya utwa amano so asem no ho asem na making the first thing is a letter woka ho asem no me say I as an individual no me nyan confirm ne authenticity say eye papa na enye papa ene na ya de edika nti eho be hia say ye be nyamre na ye ne wono anasa amre no or ye in charge of that matter na kasa ne reses a letter no eye authentic ana enye authentic that is number 1. Number 2 ni say letter no is not about airbus letter okay. Na aeroplane na your friend no Embraer 190 who was
okay
airbus any Embraer 190 enye pe
okay
plane airbus for Toma and your friend Casa 295
okay
na ye miensa
okay
Embraer 190 you plane for fry your turn in a different transaction It is a fat letter ba. Said then Vice President any Brian Penyufu Enyankita who DB in relation to Ghana's plane na yakotoy and I won't cash because it's got nothing to do with Airbus.
Okay.
So what you say? So clearly you should know that this is coming from a group of confused people. Omokofa Airbus assemble ebe di tro ebe kan de na enim. Bobo His Excellency John Dramani Mahama otini baby din without any evidence. Omo campo say Crown Court of Southwark ruling and a judgment abano. E chere say Ghana penyimu bi between 2009 to 2015 eje bribe. And our year bonibi. Said the okan ye no. Friends them throw for don say nimu nyina suko. Madam yeah Crown Court of Southwark omo approve judgment in 32 pages ebini.
Okay.
District Court of Columbia omo deferred prosecution agreement 104 pages ebini edam enemy. And a parliamentary hazard sa Airbus deal na call parliament and who approve and who dealings in nyina. Ye doso sa nyema we nyina mu a ebedam pan say the MPP for e kan nyina e ye kontumpo e ye tro bibia sa ni ho. Enti o ma lose sa argument no. And then Oma Kofa Bibia Betum because they want us to talk about Airbus, an empty, bogus matter. As soon as first woman Ghana, but they still want us to talk about it. And the Akofa letter, if I Embraer Waba. Since when I Embraer Bayaz? Judgment be about Embraer 190. So I didn't know also we Kofa letter about Embraer 1. So you've seen the letter. Is it not about Embraer?
190 SA.
Yes.
But
so what has Embraer got to do with Airbus?
According to Daily Guide, Daily Guide, that share aircraft configuration page 3 or saying, Vice President announced that government was buying the Embraer 190 at so and so amount. There was also a request for the option of configurations to convert the luxury jet into a military aircraft. Bringing the total amount to $88 million. The conversion of the luxury into a military one included an extra fuel tank. So it's giving the details. It looks as if say the Embraer 190 SA no not conversion because so and or requested for conversion which will make it come to that level of an Airbus.
Who top plane a free company when I say reconfigure mommy I don't know you're discussing it with UTV. As one as one say. Wako to play now say mo reconfigure my mena to ya for fanya adwuma they say it's no me pacho
o person just a letter way any Airbus any chaka
yes me person me kire wan kasa wahu anameboa this letter is about Embraer 190 SA.
Okay.
Embraer 190 SA na sembiansi ho e ho judgment be from anoni abase obi age bribe and obi adisika. It is not even an issue. So MPP newspapers are confirmed but just to deceive people. And not America say one way here they will mislead you no because Embraer 190 aeroplane ya toy no any Airbus that place na ya toy ya friend Casa 295 in any check bia. Asem MPP for confirm last week is about Casa 295. Omo kire say the Crown Court of Southwark and the approved judgment bia ba e kire say between 2009 to 2015 government official one be a bonnet in relation to those transactions. And I actually we say number one. So what shares are Airbus as seminar. If Airbus a private company, or majuma your four, any omu agents are or muni omu di juma between 2009 to 2015. Tia omu tia UK mra your friend of Bribery Act of 2010. And then mra your friend of OECD rules of 1997. So, and the seminar. Yeah, kind of Airbus, and in fact, Ghana, who baby is about the employees and agents of a private company, or Matietia UK Mraso. That is it. And yet, Chile will say, what kind approved judgment here be done enemy? Now, kind deferred prosecution agreement free US Nina. Baby, anyway, womb say, Ghana by penny movie. You bribe man, and I will be sa bribe in him. Ya challenge MPP for say Muslim a woman among kind. Be anywhere waiting your kind. Nay, you couldn't any would rather say. Number two,
intermediary or year related, a commission intermediary or year related to government official.
And it's a private company, agents. They say, yeah, Papa, despite or CC are dying real estate to him. You're sure say he will sell some of these things through agents. Now, agent to turn diamond or no, my agent to the commission, and no, if I gonna buy away. say private company na afa ni agent say boa me na mentor military aircrafts and Ghana na agent na boa no wie ye o say wa boa me ma ton jets ama Ghana nti wo agency fee ye friend no success based commission 5% and I say metua ma wa 3.8 million euros and we for Ghana be Ghana yetua ya fa agent ye fa agent Ghana yetua agent ka yetua agent ka sika na yetua ma agent no ebi be di Ghana panyimu bi o ebi a medi Ghana panyimu bi a ho. This is the judgment, it is not there. Ye chirebu krompo say so we share the same approved judgment now. It was about 5 countries: Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Malaysia, and so on. In those cases, no count 1 to count 4. Judgment ne kasi su pise Airbus for say yema senior executives of airlines. They say Airline Asia. Yema omo bribes. Omo body said these are the people I am omo bribe. Bombe do Ghana the end dia count 5. Omo mo bie these omo bon man bribe. That should tell you say for UK Serious Fraud Office to spend 4 years investigating this matter with all the sophistication available to them. So muhum say Ghana penyimu bi je bribe na wato mra akomo beka. Oman fa bibi amba. I didn't know what's an asylum down. What's now party headquarters. Na ba be support bi kwa on the basis of speculations and conjecture. The atoso mienu so ne say any judgment ni mu ba bia. Yeah. Say plane na was enke yeto no sempoa no. Obi di bibi to so ma yeto no takunti Ghana aboka. Any ba bia.
But
in fact, agreement
say ye must bribe, and so okay by inference because okay I also try to open what counts 5 on 55 or say a number of Airbus employees, 2 of them senior and 1 involved in compliance, that agreed to deliberately circumvent the proper compliance process by falsely representing that the work in the first campaign had been done by intermediary aid. So, Ebia on
why na yes sir?
A Spanish company.
No, they read it.
Okay, so from 55, I start from the second paragraph.
No,
a number of Airbus employees.
The Airbus employees,
Okay.
What does Airbus no?
Intermediaries no woman would have benefited, and the intermediaries
and a private company could find agents. Not Omutieti Amraso, Efagana home. Ghana Yafa agents.
So intermediary 5 no, onim Ghana official be just so that's Ghanaian official.
It is with Syria. No nim Ghana official be. Not because onim Ghana official be into Ghana. They will can you say. Yankase Ghana abayin penny bi na akwa tieti Amraso ana ya meboa. You say Airbus adwuma ye for the Airbus agents. Akotieti UK mraso. And a UK for new moody. And no Ghana ho ben. Obi nkyere me baby a ye say Ghana penyimu bi age bribe. And
Ghana penyimu Sammy, hold on. First paragraph, count 5, Ghana. The 5th count alleges that contrary to Section 7 of the Bribery Act 2010, between 1st July 2011 and 1st June 2015, Airbus SE failed to prevent persons associated with Airbus SE from bribing others concerned with the purchase of military transport aircraft by the government of Ghana, where the said bribery was intended to obtain or retain business or advantage in the conduct of business for Airbus SA. Did you see that?
It's documentary. I've read it more than 10 times.
Okay.
So the American who say that is the truth.
Okay.
This is the judgment. In fact, apart from the judgment, I'll hear summary of facts now. I mean, you are studying law, so you understand what I'm talking about. The woman in say Airbus for Ecofa agents. So Momo military jets Emma on my Ghana. And Omoka agents says a boy na yabema commission. Commission is almost 18 agreement in Emma Ghana Brashe be before G2 commission 5%. As some little for Bumu in say a choir Airbus fast agents no. And a choir of fast who tria or Mokano Ebu UK Maraso. Na the car Ghana and say Airbus commission with 3 man agents no. It was intended to induce or reward improper favor on the part of a so-called unnamed government official.
Okay.
The canon intended. If you nipa bebre wo intentions on be warren so still omo ye single. Ya krom ha. Nipa bebre na abo poso omo be bribe omo intention no. Nso omo suru so be dey obeba wani. It is so be wo intention say obedi born in say wedi. And a mere intent is not a crime. And even if intent is a crime, it will be a crime on the part of the unya intent. And yeah, what we maybe will be an abo power. And I make I don't say.
Thank you.
So the mere case soon say number 1. Airbus assembly. If any shey ni kutire. Ghana penyimu bie ni ho, not even the unnamed government official one. And yaka say oje bribe na waye boni bi. Enti no matter who the government official one is, and who ya Ghana for because on your boni bia.
Me that say.
So yeah, me so why me time baby. Mame money for na fancy. Number 2, any judgment in mu baby say Ghana lose sika. The na make na we dey wasan bisa ne buy. Airbus agreement in the court parliament. MPP member of parliament for Krupon, your friend Honorable William Obua for on the second day. A court parliament committee level. MPP for who to unanimous approval. And some parliament by two on the floor. You follow procurement law, you move procurement law so. Central Tender Review Board and approval Airbus deal. Military for your committee, both technical and financial, momo yomu due diligence in Ghana moka 1 CD, and it is not in any of these judgment or deferred prosecution agreements. And then number 3, Ghana and far agents, Ghana and Tuya agent. It is a private company now offer agents. Na sa jumadi na bumra and fa Ghana who baby. Na ne kra say, you see, MPP for they want to divert attention from Kronoa Kesia or Modebo Meya Adansi Adamo. And no any speculations. Echinje bianya day. Anyhow. Enti Omakofa Airbus aba, Omedi Muguase. Mat Modejo Mahamedi Befra, Montimian for evidence biamba. Yamizam said, Diana Modejo Mahamedi Baya, almost what trade book be or say, or more than no say, Nana Boka Tabunku. Just said your moya, yes, say, nay, baseless speculations and innuendos.
Thank you.
And she said, Yachi Omodia, Yankofa letter about Embraer. Okay. Even in the so-called Embraer letter, Omakofa Beya, Bonibenu. Criminal conduct when there was a letter in Mubin Kanjem.
Thank you, Midase. Mami Kwaja will say. Eja will say. Letter no said yes, American idea. Embraer E190 SA aircraft. And no net torn supply once and no show letter to say thank you. And then Airbus C295. But even with that one, no. Samisi obia nsheda enye corrupt woman I say ye mo obia din say waji bribe. Na so kan ya edru ba bi obeka say intermediary 5 no first person no ono oni Ghanaian government official one no e wo close relation and it creates the impression that any say onya no commissioner say ebi omo say on sem fata so benya contract no kra onu through the efforts no beboa ama wenya. It's not only about bribery, is it only about sesika esesa and I say if by your actions you help somebody get a deal that is not supposed to.
It is an intermediary on the MPP for the committee level that unanimous from approval deal.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think this issue,
yeah.
But initially, the impression was to discuss the letter about Betujano.
Sure.
Question I had to say, Obia, yes, you occur study about, you can say, Adria. Now, occur exams room. Now, you be saying something about bed. Now, because you see a baby about Adria, or fire Quainswa LNK bed na DBC Gina Adria so set on one question man. And that is exactly what it's about. Social letter abeto Andrea me read the letter no.
Okay.
In fact, me read the letter no some few issues about me team. Now I was really surprised and I no pay. Say me sorry here it is virtually the headlines because now can me expect we read the stories so per report from PPB to say Ghanaian Observer and the others now. Nanka was expecting say near by me team and Drano they would have addressed it. But unfortunately no. They've just come to put the paper in just as it has been discussed yesterday.
Okay.
The first and foremost, this letter is supposed to be an official letter. O steady letter na Carlos Wahanamo PNC and core government.
Okay.
But what I know is every official document, it has a reference number.
Okay.
Letter way doesn't have a reference number.
Okay.
It brings a lot of questions into my mind. Is it really an official letter? An official letter. Carlos will check. Okay, check it.
No stamp.
You understand? Yeah. And then the first question about a meeting. Say, is it authentic or not? But even let's assume without admitting, say, authentic. Let's assume it, say, authentic. Who read the contents now? Maybe someone will say, what is the issue? Then the issue, no. You say, then Vice President John Mahama, actual letter, Adekye this company, a catcher almost say, from the ambassador, no. What he said, there are some issues surrounding this whole purchase. And Nunti said, Omubenya, they should come to his office. Now, you settle those issues, no. The issue Ananka may expect to say, yebe nya answer to from these publications, Abetujano. Is one, whether or not the office of the vice president then had the mandate to go into this kind of negotiations.
Okay.
Embeto Jai say the vice president in his capacity as a vice president, letter Ochro yeno, Ochro outside the authority as a vice president, and Ochro within his authority as a vice president. If he wrote this letter, and this letter was written, which did not infringe on his powers as a vice president, question Ebima Mibisan said, then what will be the issue for the writing of this letter? Ebim, the contents, no, who read the contents now, he actually requested for a meeting. I mean, per the letter, no, or requested for a meeting for clarifications to be done. In other words, no, there are some issues which through your ambassador to Brazil, he, the vice president's office, no, has been furnished with. And he realized, no, there are some issues surrounding this whole purchase, and even here, clarifications. And so if there's a need for clarifications, come to my office, that is, come to Ghana's vice president's office, and let us have a discussion around this whole thing. On the surface of it, no, the impression created, that meeting is intended to clarify whatever be the issues or the difficulties surrounding this whole purchase. Okay. Question Bima mi bisane say, if you are a vice president, now my first issue, it has been established, say, Ampa, the office, he has that power to go into this kind of negotiation and involve himself in this kind of negotiation. If it is established, then the content of the letter, which says, there are some issues that need to be clarified, and until Branier have my meeting, I am asking again, does it create an impression? Say Carlos Tiwe, no afraid there's an issue regarding trade. Now, Ababeto ni office says, no, this issue regarding trade, they be with Togo, whatever embassy or whatever country. Me na dream ne papa. Intimum brand and clarify those issues. No, I am still asking, say, what are the difficulties with such issue? Minim said they make cannot say.
Yeah. Say when the Juma Munkwa.
Incident say when the Juma Munkwa no invite say Mumbra. The near maybe what a chair margin so. I need clarifications on those issues, sir. Then what is wrong about that? I mean, that's the question I'm asking. What is wrong about that? But you see, say the midi can you know. Even the letter itself, no, I am still struggling to understand its purpose, for which it has come into the public domain. It has even become a front page for some papers. When we have serious issues in this country to discuss. Ghanaian Observer, on my intro to this content of the letter, without talking about the issues that I have raised, you know, which I thought say journalistic ethics near you know, that is what they were supposed to do to help us, the ordinary Ghanaians. We are not into the journalistic field, you know, so that we will be able to have clarity as far as these issues are concerned. They failed to do that. But we read the content now. After giving this intro, without dwelling much on the letter, no, quickly linked it to NPP Communications Director, having a press conference. Our press conference, no, or say Airbus G01 mentioned in the Airbus judgment, no, can be linked to the former president, John Mahama, simply because of this letter that has come out. The fundamental issue at this letter has nothing to do with Airbus. And unfortunately, this morning, there are some people who have tried to link it. I mean, other media houses are the monitor and media who say.
Social media.
You understand? There are some people who have tried to link it.
They didn't mislead
now,
me.
this letter has nothing absolutely to do with Airbus.
Okay.
But in moving on to the issue of Airbus, since this one doesn't really have an issue to discuss, in moving on to the issue of Airbus, what is really the issue regarding Airbus? Say a judgment has taken place outside this country. Now in the judgment, some coded names has been given. Ebeto Ojano. Clearly, the president says we should refer it to the special prosecutor's office. Now on your investigation, now you find it out. Particularly me, my interest has to do with that J01. Why SRGO1?
Okay.
Government official 1. Intermediary 5, what says whatever. Who are those persons involved? After identifying those ones,
why should we be worried about GO1? Because one Jessica
directly. Let us identify.
If we go by some logic,
if we go by
what is in the judgment.
What I'm saying is, let's identify those individuals. You identify those individuals, New Year. Special Prosecutor's Office should go further to identify whether or not those individuals engage in any corrupt acts per the purchase of the Airbus. These are issues that need to be unraveled. We shouldn't just identify, because why? Who identifies a GO1? Emmanuel Wilson. The next thing is for us to identify whether or not Emmanuel Wilson, representing GO1, was found culpable in any act of corruption and our corrupt practices as far as the purchase of the Airbus is concerned. These are issues that need to be raised. But to say those issues will be identified now, it becomes very difficult for anyone to come into a conclusion and say, GO1 Simesi, and GO1 this person. And because of that, because GO1 this person or that person, it automatically means that person is corrupt. But you see, what is even disheartening? The NPPs as a political party, reaction to this whole judgment, particularly when the president of Ghana, who was brought into this country as the president to become the president on the ticket of NPP, has directed, an institution such as Special Prosecutor's Office should go into an investigation. Why would they be quick to come out and specify and mention, look, even though your president, another president of Ghana has indicated that we should have an investigation into it. You believe we say GO1, the former president.
That is the politics aspect. The president is the president of the whole nation.
Then that makes
your governance aspect.
Then that makes it very, very irresponsible. Really? You know why? See, the party, it is not for fun. It is not for fun. And by convention, particularly in this Fourth Republic, the general secretaries of incumbent party governments and are the party in power, the general secretaries are part of cabinets. It is not just for fun.
Okay.
So you cannot tell me, some of your political party, then what is the general secretary doing at cabinet, at cabinet meetings? What did they make an say? So, under no circumstance should anyone create the impression, we're a political party, until they are different from the party, the government in power. But it doesn't work that way. But in any case,
you come on the ticket of a party, but unyaba ebe president. What be your mind? Somebody may not have voted for you, but once you are the president of the nation. The president's
policies are all implemented. Which political parties' manifesto policy are implemented?
Any party.
Beautiful.
But I think that in a broader context.
What broader context means what?
President,
no,
the
of
nation.
course, he's the president for the nation. For everyone, he's my president.
Politics in the party can do it because.
That is why I'm saying, then it becomes an irresponsible political party to take that position.
Okay.
Simply because.
I don't think they've taken the position, but I am asking.
No, yeah, you are asking, but they've taken the position through the communications directorates. They came out on a press conference. Even when the president has mandated the office of the special prosecutor to go into this investigation, they quickly come out and say, irrespective of what the president has initiated, irrespective of the response or the report and the result that the investigation will come out with, we believe, say what has happened, this and that are the people involved. We believe, say, what has happened, this and this should be the outcome. If this is not a responsibility in the highest order, what then can it be? But what is even interesting, maybe Mami land it up. What is even interesting? The swiftness with which the president decided to quickly move this issue to the office of the special prosecutor. Okay. I commend that because, you see, I believe strongly in the building of institutions and not the buildings of persons. But then, may they compare what happened 2 weeks ago. I am still finding it difficult to really be convinced of the commitment that the president has when it comes to fighting against corruption. 2 weeks ago, President Asia, the diplomatic community, say every now and then, or to say particularly some embassies are making reference to appointees of the government being corrupt and all that. But he's telling them, say omote. And now some more evidence be say ne committee ne appointees be a corrupter. They should look for him, the president, and report to.
Or office or his office.
His office
of the president.
You see, did the president know, say, in fighting corruption, they are mandatory and are mandated institutions in this country, of which Special Prosecutor's Office is part of.
But
of which Iyoko is. But why? What does that mean?
They only say it in public, and I say,
just saying it in public, saying.
And also, instead of you going to tell the media,
go to Special Prosecutor's Office. That's what the president should have. No, go to the.
Just tell me, and I will refer it to the appropriate office.
Please. It is not the president's duty to refer issues to the appropriate office.
But he just did.
He just did.
You have commended him.
I have commended him for doing this because why? This issue, in the first place, there hasn't been any petition. You should remember that.
That's why it is not.
It is exactly.
It went to SP.
If there is any person, and now Ebani said Obi from the Brazil company, and I say Airbus company, has officially petitioned her. That company wouldn't have petitioned the office of the office of the president. That company would have petitioned Iyoko, would have petitioned Shraj, would have petitioned Special Prosecutor's Office because Omo and the mandated institutions to fight corruption. And so the president should have been seen in representing the nation as far as the international communities were concerned, should have been seen. Say he's committed to strengthening institutions in this country. What prevented the president from just saying, say, look, if you have any evidence, and now take any issue regarding my appointees being corrupt, take it to the appropriate institutions. What would have been the difficulty in that?
So we have established, say, this letter that, Mahama letter, Mahama involved in negotiations, say, no, and yet Airbus, a different plane altogether, Embra E190. How is it related in Tina no Babeje front pages? Have any idea?
Yeah, me that's in a mami first and foremost, no cancer me name. Me say, sa program say no. Obi say, Papa, we are the man because on open full 1 hour. What your time there? Time. One man work 20 minutes.
Oh, 20. Or 12 minutes. And a Papa of 56.
12 minutes, no far best 6.
But I mean, also they say you commitment to be
best 6, 7 minutes.
So would this
yeah, make us how many minutes?
Wait, 56, so we have 9-7.
Oh, there be when you say. Sammy, say what you say.
In fact, my phone 9-9 no.
What the photo stopwatch
because me
you have a very important section.
Photo stopwatch say be Sammy any time. because somebody Mrs. Ojana program with me akasa.
Of family that see at 9:10. Mami kasa 12 minutes.
Mami me mbo me dasi. Mami wa hekra me put the news. I mean was some page.
Of how they 22 me sure.
Mami congratulate me first and foremost at the papa my me share which say me ro me hwe table me say mo me business. I'm the one say some jam fi ba.
Opportunity. We are going to a mini business.
Oh, so
we are always meant
I say after a sofa moon
relax.
Yeah, relaxing. So I just relaxing him. What I'm buying me who you magic pen paper.
Godfather and Pacho offers your dance. Mama now you serious.
Mama nche mo mo hwe ya no pe na me na mo so ase adwa pa mo ye. Na aya na me ya bebre se nipa bi ni nokure anasa be bi nokure da. Ni amfa nokure na anto na ye hyeda fa nsem di bu ho a. Na ya omama entro akwakoda no kure na me pese mesre se enei asema abanma NDC fo ana PNC fo mfeni agro na me try say omu difficulty in understanding some of this thing me chichiri mu kakra na ehunu lete ya be me de se wo se na nkasa kura akwakoche aba say any reference number say vice president of this country actually let ko abontin to another company or another country. Now one for reference number and Shesua. Apart from say he dangerous, no, he is not doing it in his official capacity. He's doing it in his personal capacity as a vice president. I hope everybody watching and listening to us would accept this. That's how you're vice president. Now we negotiate impo. Questions I mean saying. Who will negotiate impo on behalf of Ghana? I won't need mandate to do that. Who negotiate impo on part of your country? Won't throw personal letters. I don't throw letter in your personal capacity. What throw no in the official capacity as a vice president to get the whole country moving along with the argument, and I say whatever you are going out there to negotiate. Now what your salary? Ama Embraer for we invite us or free Brazil. Emra office vice president no. And no me meeting. Wamra kra sa a friend is saying let the yanfa follow BM. Yentumi Tracy ni unu say any pay and dispatch letter and we e fa ha na se fa ha wo so omumra no no meeting na so kai ya for atwen kwachiri okay ne ama letter ye important eye asem a Matiami do be ka mri bi atwam about that particular embraer ya na me de na me ya pa MPP say MPP ni eye embraer semi and ma ye lusu sa election obe kai ya 2008 NDC for the year campaign here this president Kufuor ekwa presidential jet ube fra bemu no afedi say and omde ye ya no omde kum yen ene ma omo ba bemu mo ba bemu a eni na enu eni na nsa na mo nkasa kwa hyase na mo kwa the same thing.
Is that the reason why Amusuma kofa bus aba makofa embra let na abegum so that election year be Danny Bibi
sister anya ni akofa aba se wo be kai a ye be ba bemu no ye kan say enyema bi koso Ghana ha enko yi prices of enyema bi a project bi aban ye no too high.
Okay.
But ye bebe try bemu no se wo kokohwe nkrata mu a and this boy is so crafty so much me cover omachi with the laws of Ghana. So procurement laws ye say yama me anu man na no be paper you define I give you paper. E don't paper na cover mu say.
But what generalize ade no do because you see I say na me ka say letters na be ye too. Letter no can different aircraft in one sem. Airbus de no so ye different.
Some my Airbus.
E mu bia ni ho so okay ba
ko na me say me can Brian me we am Airbus. Do them Nsroma no. My kind Matiami do some more kind no kakra bi a kire wo hunu ni letter here important. Let Matiami do press statement about say unknown to many Ghanaians. Then the chairman of the Armed Forces Council, the then Vice President John Mahama, was frantically receiving delegations from Brazil and negotiating the acquisition of 5 jets, including the most expensive hangar for this poor nation, when his president appeared not to be aware of the transactions.
Press statement being here.
Matiami do time our president Mills aesthetic commission say investigated the vice president. No. It goes on to say the late President Mills, apparently shocked and suspicious of the Vice President Mahama's negotiations, set up a committee comprising Honorable William Abua, Mr. George Amwa, and Brigadier General Alote, retired, to investigate the processes of the acquisition of 5 aircraft, including Embraer 190 aircraft and hangar for the Ghana Army. This is what is giving prominence to this letter. it tells you, say, John Mahama in his capacity as a vice president was doing something which was untoward. Eye den na okokoto aircraft. Na wakasa president otia konwa so enimu ho hwe. Eye den na wo vice president that wo ye krum ha. Would a company for another jurisdiction, any negotiations. Now, vice president, or president, or now, let me tell you something. Papa can send me, say Carlos here, minister for this deputy minister of trade. So, be Mr. Trade, one so. I agree. But the fact of the matter, I say, the president as he is, and when I say president, and I mean by extension, even the vice, one instruct their ministers to go ahead and do negotiations on behalf of the country. No president will go ahead and say president friend is saying Ekufuado or say the AFCFT abahadmo na ese ye pay office ma secretariat no in the president Ekufuado office no almost say bedia to swade na kokwa office na ye fema friend is saying AFCFT and I say friend is saying UGI kona kokwa ka a friend saying Emprofua 7 years ebenya car ato Toyota diama director general of it is never done. The president instructs the sector minister to go ahead and do that negotiation. And by extension, this time, the minister for a friend is saying defense was the one who was supposed to have done this negotiation. Me no can say, me assure some military for to be police workers and your vice president, a friend saying, vice president Baumia and a Kokotoye. But look at the number of cars we have bought for police recently, more than 600. But Vice President Prabaumia, on our team police council, so as a chairperson, he never ever went there to negotiate for the cars.
It depends on the room and space that you'll be allowed to operate in by the president.
Yeah, this is governance. And a governance system, when it comes to political party, in the governance, probably is different from Olona Usian. In this case, even the chairman of the police council, who happens to be the vice president, say if they sit down and meet and agree on things, the vice president doesn't go out and negotiate.
But see,
either in his private capacity,
chair president Juma, vice no on chair in the Juma, and over the years, Ghana near yet vice for no any or mapping is any Juma, the momu ye quite cry beer, ye peer bimusin chain, bimusu yomunya quanya, and in a Juma obey no. As and when president assigns, and to say a man of when negotiate,
yeah, and there's a matter of say, yes, president,
that's somebody's
article. Who is somebody that then your friend saying Attorney General? He was the
then in his capacity as
Attorney General, yes.
Oh, I see.
And this is it is there in the media everywhere.
Okay.
So this is where we are saying says let away, not preparing TS says let away bring prominence. This is where the prominence is coming in. And who can say vice president no, you enshrine in your constitution. It is true. But the say president no take you over. And they say be a president, be a vice president. Be as a president ye be and so niwa vice president no. And then the end is a president ye no, vice president to be ye.
Okay.
Say the work can a true say president can say okay, corner negotiations are a specific influence to a particular job by the amount. When they would want to personal capacity as the vice president of this country, and you write to a company in somewhere in Brazil using your ambassador to go and do negotiations on behalf of the nation without the nation mandating you to go and do that. It is criminal. I am very criminal. I'm telling you.
Which court?
Huh?
Says which court?
Says my court. I am very criminal. No.
Now, criminal.
I want people to understand. Say, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all the time. Yamra Airbus no. Now what kind you maybe but who jay? Who's our starting here? No kind 52, kind 53 no mami. Then we'll see how the government official one benefits from all this. Kind 53 no mami.
Of another audio new copy no.
Me can Abia no he some body say my distort no. Wo the kan mami.
So no be that copy na me so me kita me copy.
Wo na akofo ma betra. Wo the kan mami. Bro no kra me aya mentante no papa nti. Wo the kan mami. Wo kan 53 no. The next one, starting here, 52, 53. No?
53. Between 2009 and 2015, an Airbus defense company engaged Intermediary 5, a close relative of a high-ranking elected Ghanaian government official, Government Official 1, as its BP in respect of the proposed sale of 3 military transport aircraft to the government of Ghana. A number of Airbus employees knew that Intermediary 5 was a close relative of Government Official 1, who was a key decision maker in respect of the proposed sales. payments or okay, menu. A number of Airbus employees made or promised success-based commission payments of approximately 5 million euros to intermediary 5. False documentation and disguise these payments.
Thank you.
The payments were intended to induce or reward improper favor.
Thank you.
By government official one towards Airbus.
And why? And why? Can I line the last line? I'll kind of come and view. The payment was supposed to what induce and
the payments were intended to induce or reward improper favor by government official one.
Thank you.
Towards Airbus.
Thank you. And you know, we know where the money was going to. Now, Obi catch them and say, just Obi catch them and say, I'm a meka would have been saying we are 2 minutes on the Biam and Yaka Becheno. Just Obi catch them and Tibrofo. Yes, Sissy Cano, I tria, you know. Sa forged document na I5, Ekokoye na. Or we be Ghana and non-signed contract we are, but Okoye for document, Edekoko J commission. Now, our commission was supposed to induce GO1. Now, I can't come and say I5 you set here company be Ghana hand must okay company D. It has been established today by Joy FM Comedia. Said the company was set up by Sami Hama in 2012. Go and check
the company.
Yes, it is a Sami Hama and a set as a company there. Names the I5 cannot be nobody else by Sami Hama.
That is by your inference. By
that
the,
is right. No,
by the judgment
of
a chain mami musa was.
I
then attempt to be or say chinchin achen will smear mama with this. Because Airbus and the can
I thought NDC was a smart party.
And this embra there no abemti. Obi teacher because I thought all cause I was say you be say mama for years fraud and corruption.
But I was thinking say NDC for smart people when they come they are street smart or make me a kasanse way. Wouldn't perfectly well say the court will not come out with this verdict without knowing who the GO1 is, who the I5 is, who the I8 is. Their names are there. You know perfectly well say these names are going to come out. Minimum, and I will accept it and find another way to discuss this matter. Nyamuye say Ochina your convenience the rare information about. Na say John Mahama na GO1. What again are you going to say? Now your lawyer says okay, Yanka say John Mahama G bribe. Is that what you're saying? I thought they were smart because when it perfectly was it would be John Mahama and nobody. It cannot be Pakosi Atamel.
Over 2 minutes and that's but
we cannot say Bisata. Neither can we say President Mahama.
Okay.
The person who was in charge in that time was John Mahama. And
thank you for points well made.
Then we go because certainly it is going to come out. And that idea is SCA. It's going to come as an index. And then you will come out. Why don't you just take it and start your argument from now? Nobody why I say I don't find them that intelligent.
Thank you, Famida. I say.
Can
I continue? Okay.
No, you can't continue to
what responses.
Who are responses? And then I check the second option on I'll be here.
Thank you.
Okay, there were responses, so I will add it. May I rebuttal on this? Second.
But you are not the one going to start the second one.
Thank you.
Oh, I can start.
No, you can't start. I'm starting with another person.
Then I'm in your rebuttal.
Some manage any program.
The one cannot respond.
I want to respond.
Yes, please.
And then 50-50. After response, if you don't have time, we can't deal with Galamsey.
No problem.
Okay.
No problem. It's
so
important.
Because just 2 minutes.
Emma, Honorable Carlos Ahemkra, in Tumfutru, in Wetifueni.
Safefueni on your T4.
And you don't want to school, you know, Yakusku yet a brofo. Meaning sort of brofo pa. Into your casa on Canocre. The Okan, you know. The last sentence in it. Maybe I think he thought we were smart. Mr. On Canocre, he's not being truthful. Now on Canocre, what is wrong with that? He knows that he's being mischievous.
Yes,
oh, sir.
The payments were intended to induce or reward improper favor by government official one. We actually to be a bribe. The payments were intended
to induce
the Is it about money? Is it only about money?
Bribery is an offense in our criminal code. It is defined. It is when something is paid to another for improper favor. It is paid with the intention to induce.
Okay.
In this case, a payment of approximately 5 million euros was made to intermediary 5.
To do what?
And you Ghana Nibia. And yet, this Kana, you demand intermediary 5. Now, but I say, or did you influence a government official? Now, me say, if I actually say, I'm Sabotayani Bermu. or the Sikale Command government official. No?
Yeah,
look, when you look at Indonesia, count 4, it is there. They will tell you the 4th count alleges contrary to Section 7, bribery, blah, blah. Namely, directors and employees of PT Garuda Indonesia. Obubo didn't sell bribe.
But is it for nothing?
Let me flow and make my point.
Intermediary 5, no, only government official 1.
And so what? No, what we are discussing here, and they say, there is nothing in this judgment say Yamo be bribe. What he read, they say, Yetuya Sikama will be with the intention to bribe somebody. And I'm saying, find a woman say, say intention, why are we deliberately obfuscating simple matters? Yama will be a bribe, and you are here peddling force to say Yama will be bribe. Meanwhile, the Utuya, and it's only talking about an intention in somebody's head. Honorable Carlos, I am you a minister. Who need one intention to bribe you? It is only one intention to bribe you, and not just say bribe. Is that the logic? So people intention to bribe you to a bribe. Please let me make my point. Look, no, let me flow. Let me flow.
That's 295.
The most important thing.
Ordinarily, you're torn.
Thank you.
Then we can.
Yeah, listen. This Airbus as someone here can. MPP for cry on the floor of the house. They say Airbus do na yanyan F4. You see, when you don't know certain things, and mathematics is on kasa. They say, Bosiana yaji ya de kwakoto sa Airbus plane impono. E hunsi hun. 1.6% per F4 pa. It is one of the best. Opa meka yanchero. Is there honorable Carlos Ayekwa? When we are on TV, listen, there is parliamentary hazard. There's Honorable Hackman Owusu-Ajima, that time member of parliament for New Joabe. Or say, Mr. Speaker, at committee level, this is one procurement that did not generate too much heat. The terms seem a bit more civilized than the terms of the previous one, where it was plus 4%. But now it is labor plus 1.6%. The arrangement fee is 0.875%. Repayment period up to 10 years, although it does not state grace period. So he was even
arguing. What's the cost of the thing?
He was even arguing, said the deal was cheaper. Plane from the Dutch bank.
So this percentage, you know,
yeah,
allow me to flow. I just need clarification. You will flow, but just clarify. Bosian interest na eye, and I say can play ne buono na eye.
Interest that Bosian so is the same thing as the interest on the transaction because Okoje Bosian had to play. So if you have members of the MPP at the time telling you, say, even that credit is cheaper. I am trying to tell you that it is very imperative say Ghana for and so and in this judgment the ayaka say obiji sika na owoti mu poso de ko bribe obi be yan kan ni baby say sa ni timu pono or the adwuma every ko bribe ni pakro no it is not in it adinti na wo betena na wa be ka asem ato obi so ebiem untimi show say Ghana ya boka because ene wo ko tu matena mi du so oje matena mi du di. This Airbus as someone I can only be who approval. Martinamidu ordered a 3-page legal opinion. And a man who quite say on and then you are quoting Martinamidu article like a Bible. If you want, I will read that portion to you. Where this is it. Honorable Chairman Sabunsu on the floor, minority leader. Or say, Mr. Speaker, the Attorney General in proffering his opinion went through the motions and suggested clause by clause reconsideration of so many, or we how all those things have been incorporated. So you cannot in one breath say you believe Martinamidu, Adia Aqua Parliament, Adia follow procurement law, Ye Mumrebia, Suntimin Chese Yeti Amrebia, Suntimin Chese Yeluzusika, Untimin Chese, Ghana Nibia Jessica. Then you come and sit here based on speculations, maybe on embryo. No, on embryo. Yeah, with time now, Medica Galamsin on it's important.
Who they say do so then you
take it. What is wrong if I start? What is wrong if I start the Galamsin matter? No, what can you maybe? No, what can you maybe about embryo?
Also, yeah, press conference. I started with you. Why is it that you always? Yes, it matters.
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
Maybe I'm not worried about.
Thank you.
You don't give me 1 minute.
Today
what can
you
it be
won't
about
worry.
embryo?
It won't matter to you, but tomorrow it will matter.
Why is your problem?
I beg you, Mr. Wilson. 4 minutes.
What can it be about embryo?
Papa.
Okay. Yeah, seriously.
No problem.
The economic issues.
Yes.
But
you don't have a rebuttal.
Till right now, maybe I just still on that one. See,
two things.
Two things. Carlos Casano, when to me I established, indeed, he attempted to answer issues I'm raising regarding the embryo, but when to me, unconvincing me so much on any of it. One, maybe say whether or not this letter is official and your official because it doesn't have a reference number.
Okay.
Or as you move, say, because it doesn't have an official, it doesn't have a reference number, it automatically means any official.
It's not an assumption. Every official letter must have a reference number.
So then what even makes me think that this letter is an authentic letter? Where is it coming from?
His signature.
Unless it comes out
yes, unless it comes out
signature there can be scanned.
What is your money?
But see, it can be scanned. Now the bottom line is it seems for me, it seems both the embryo letter and the Airbus discussion we are speaking out of speculation.
Yeah.
None of it is factual. I mean, we are assuming, yes, set your own questions and a answer. For me, that is what it seems and okay. One, this part already, Carlos wanted to infer, say, it means because there's an intention, a money was given to intermediary 5 with the intention of bribing GO1.
Yeah.
I mean, where's the establishment say, indeed, assuming say Sikano was paid? What proof do we have, say, the money finally went to the GO1, whoever the GO1 is? That's why McD can say, I would have wished. Say, look, Ghana, we have so many issues and keep me discuss. I would have wished, say, one, the issue regarding this, as far as you are referred to the Special Prosecutor's Office now, me expect to say the Special Prosecutor's Office now will come out with two things. Those who are behind the so-called GO1, GO2, intermediary 5, intermediary 6. Why would you those persons? No? You identify we are. Investigation should go further to establish whether or not those individuals, no, CKB are exchanging hands and CKB are exchanging hands. Okay. So to me, establish these two are. And that is why I say the party in power decided to act this way because what they did, they said, almost preempted. They went beyond what you expect to say, Beba. At the end of the day, it's just a waste of the time, because what I was expecting is that they would have also come out to even encourage the Special Prosecutor's Office to say that Special Prosecutor, because Adekye so urgent,
Oh, yeah, sure, it's a waste of time. If you almost set a tone for this.
What kind of so why do you set a tone, particularly when issue is being investigated? Why do you set a tone and say what they have done, what it means and say Special Prosecutor's Office and you're very stronger. It will be very difficult to come out with an investigation which will be purely an independent investigation, particularly when the party in power, appointed one, has already given an outcome.
Thank you. Yes, so far.
Let them understand. Say Airbus investigation was based on bribery by Airbus officials of government personalities. Okay. It wasn't by entertainment, and as it wasn't done because of some joy. And if that is the tone of which the Crown prosecution presented, Crown Court presented, the Minister of Prosecution presented their case, and the judgment came in that order. Don't let anybody think, say, almost arrive at these decisions, no, they just arrive just like that. It is a known fact, say, Sikano was a conduit was used for it to end up with somebody else. But in any case, the name is going to come out. Investigation is going to go on. We are saying, say, you say Sasmesi or your player. Someone say no, why are you defending? I'm telling you that that's going to be the next case.
But the judgment, can say GO1 Wajisika.
Oh, sister, or say the Sikano was intended to induce GO1 to favor Airbus.
Did it intention? Was it successful?
Some me respecting the part, me sort of brofo. If you understand of brofo, no me any different. Let the viewers judge. Now, omo kazo me say kasa ade bi maybe ade ba be intuisu ya ama ya ama me more time makasa se ne o maybe more time kasa se me ya. Na say what does it mean? Fe no to nchen. O ka say me person me bomode na me tifri hotel. You have to understand something. When you go into the foreign arena, for instance, say diplomatic arena,
foreign community. Okay.
Diplomatic community, the people are considered as natural persons.
Yes.
They're not considered as me and you.
Yes.
Free her.
Yes.
Okay.
But they are coming from outside to act as on behalf of their country. They don't have any right to go to even my ministry without going through the foreign ministry. Even if I want to write,
the way you allow them to talk.
Even if I want to write, what can't I make shame? We are educating the people, not when we are still going round.
When I have answers on a particular you,
I'm just begging you. I need to clarify.
But when it gets to honorable you allow him to
no
problem.
This accusation, me want you.
Yeah, Nasam now, or can say, President, Ako Kase, so much you go move and direct, you know. I am one person which you say. American ambassador doing sorry and special prosecutor. So when who says some medium fee, Aqua be binting, on going to some it's not possible.
Okay.
Mia Casacra from Ministry of Trade. Semi Pesamene ambassador Bicasa. I have to write through the foreign affairs for them to do that instruction. And Sana ambassador not being a link here with me. So ambassador person visit the minister, or person visit me. The right to foreign affairs to inform us. And that is where
foreign affairs and your president.
But hold on. But this time, the president, foreign affairs, president to the foreign affairs. So, foreign affairs reports to the president. President and ambassadors are rapport. Credentials, baby, share this. To what's the TSS or TSS? We will make very good conversation. And the president, I'm going to say, the way I'm in more trust here, no saying. The way I'm in more trust here, Didi. Muhu say an establishment of some kind of rapport. Me mpesa mo be judge Montine mo ma media for sign for commoners and corruption. Wo de wo tia. Wo de okache media no kra men so bo mamane. Se wo de obo mamane on the quiet because I'm telling you. Oh, si abotre basa. Se no kan no se no say wo de o kan na me chire mu. Mo fa
no akana se no mo na o be obi akana se ma wo what how you say manage na se mo.
Okay, ni o kan ni say say more corruption, more report to mommy.
That's right.
Good.
Specific.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Say President Kasa or you're right. Say American ambassador can pick a phone and call the president.
Okay.
UK ambassador can pick a phone and call the president. They talk at will. And it is a what you catch them here.
Thank you. Unfortunately, you know, since 9:37.
That move for being come.
Say kasa mo fa mo mantem.
So mama Samia Badia
mo mantem. Oma ampa.
Starting 8 o'clock.
Yes. That's what
next time 7:15.
No, it's not about time I am mantem. Yeah, now I'm about discuss issues. Because he knows the reason why one man can say what you and yet when people didn't have rebatters, but you force them to have rebatters. It is deliberate. Because empires and me you are asking questions. Let me talk about empire. Obviously only rebata. Because they change when you rebata, then you finish and you say you don't have time. It is deliberate. No.
Sammy, seriously, I have laughed. Now I'm going to answer you on a serious note.
You can answer me on a serious note. Maybe I'm saying it. No, it's not about Kasa. What time did you come? You can close. Yeah.
So please don't make such accusations. I wouldn't take them lightly. I wouldn't like you to say that again. With all due respect. Please. It's deliberate. What do I get?
Your moderation and time allocation is not fair.
You don't decide how I moderate. You can say whatever you want to say.
No, you have said your piece.
Pardon me. Next time, I wouldn't take that. Seriously. Yes, sir. Mr. Boss, almost my 10 minutes. I don't like it when Sammy calls my mood like that. But Sammy is all of that too.
It's not about time. It's not about time. I'm talking about moderation. Stop changing.
Let's go.
I think the issue of
it's not moderate.
I think
they criticize the amount for no
two minutes.
Yes.
Look, on the issue of Galamsey, I think a very serious issue as on mine to say DNA.
Okay.
Say what share the effect of Galamsey, particularly on our water bodies now, are very terrible. Now, when you have opportunity, I visited these Galamsey communities, now share even the health hazard are a cause to the indigents. And you'll be on a catch say, ensuring say we manage this process very well. No? And you'll be on a catch say, a idea, it is a yedidia grow as on mine. And you're quite unfortunate. Say the president gave us that serious hope. Say the fight against Galamsey and our illegal mining will stop. To the extent, say, we are going to move from the illegal portion to making it legal so that we can regularize and then control more activities near there. Unfortunately, almost 4 years into the government, almost about 4 years into the government, it's very clear say things are not working the way it is supposed to be. Now, the year so amazing. The fact said, just a few weeks ago, near Betty said, escalators are CZ.
You mean excavators?
Sorry, excavators. Sorry,
yeah.
Excavators are CZ. You who baby excavators no.
Okay.
Information I yet from even some of Omo MPs, Kennedy, indicated clearly says some of these excavators are being sold to people among themselves. And you see, this is a serious thing, I think, as of mine. So indeed, the president is committed to the fight against corruption. The fight against corruption, if the president is committed to it, this should be one example. It is say you get to the logical conclusion of it. To convince everyone, say, he's committed to the fight against it. But it is quite strange. So these excavators will vanish. It is quite strange. So information I yet every now and then indicates that people are trading, selling excavators.
But these are mere information. See, I say,
I know American, but I mere information, but mere information. But of course, information coming from a very reliable source. You understand? Okay. This is information coming from a very reliable. Are you different from say information coming from Emmanuel Wilson, and it's coming from Sami, and as someone outside the government? This is information coming from within. The party and now the government nankasa. And any information it is say you did agro. They may bomb pie. Ye expected. They said the government and now the presidency will show extreme commitment to this. You bet to me, I get you to the logical conclusion of it. Okay. The investigative bodies, say ye CID, say ye special prosecutor, say ye IOCO, the investigative bodies are who are going to be involved in this. No? Government and more the opportunity, the freedom to come out with the right facts. So that at the end of the day, you bet to me, I prevented such things from reoccurring.
Social media, Nipa 6 I last Friday, Bakwa Baso on the I just took it like a social media because
any of it can be. And nothing because the bottom line is the investigative bodies yen ensure say ye be encourage you and ya dia ye be influence you in any way.
Okay.
Yen more the opportunity not nye juma say that say ye nefa. It shouldn't be like the A+ audio be a better just sometime be now the one who was supposed to lead an investigation comes out to say look, say you call into it will create a bad image for the government of the day. This is not the kind of investigation we expect as far as this excavator issue is concerned.
For say results be
I am hoping say the government will allow the process to take place. The process needs to take place and those involved. Say a president himself, say a vice president, say a minister, say a MP, say a party chairman, party vice, whoever it is, you're making sure that the law will take its course.
Thank you. So I mean, Okasa, on my man is 32, not started 39. We wait 43, 4 minutes. So in the next 4 minutes, meet you.
Well, me that's
okay. Until we started 9:43.
Because some of us we've always known that Enyadia Omampenya Kufuado or Opepebia so Bequetia Galamsi. A buying way, ya dear beer, the sin and soon as a Obebo minor chrono. Omubutum as in penny for and Omodren home. The Omonio party for Binya and Omodren home me or mine now. Is answer or mine hodo in your momo. And that is why the na beto abonti ababeto hono asem wa ye kan se aban panyufo a na ye wo mu gidie se o mu ba betu galamsey ase no mo de abo ya kwaye na yensu ho ban enne o mu mum na aka o mu ho abomu a o mo ye galamsey ese yensu enne okohwe river Nkubra okohwe river Pra okohwe river Brim okohwe river Ofia ni nyina ye brown to say chocolate because of galamsey atiatisi e Ghana for nyina being supervised by President Akufo-Addo. After billions of money and me share budget sika nko a yetwa interministerial committee against illegal mining is around 300 million Ghana cedis. What they call incarnated sika ni mu 3 trillion and actually sika o ma waste ni nyina no anso mo ye ne etu o mo kaye ne mo allowances. Omo ankasa no che excavators a no ma ton excavators na di na omo ansan so the excavators ni bi akoye galamsey because you see yemfam pesika ma MPP no mfa run your party the MPP General Secretary John Buodu no ye galamsey MPP mpanyifo chama wuntumi Frimpong Boateng ne ba Jojo Frimpong no mo ye galamsey with excavators
it is alleged.
It is not alleged. It is not alleged. There has been a videotape and komodia e between MPP regional vice chairman Ekwa Wusini Frimpong Boateng and say minister Frimpong Boateng when I work at me say memwa ma John Buodu ene chama wuntumi galamsey adwuma nkoso no munye sika mfa mebo MPP. It is on the tape. So enye allegation and I make you what they are not so
it is doctored. Internet bisa say is it alleged?
John Buodu agya to say tape no okoye sa meeting. So enye allegation was.
Okay.
And I fact also say under aban we excavators are any taban etu ayera. Frimpong Boateng na nkasa say MPP regional vice chairman and aton excavators nedi. Into police for one. So the American an allegation. Ya ton excavators according to small scale miners, gold or more J as gold no matter. You have sold gold. Excavators maton be as answered in Fidiana Kani Galamsey. MPP member of parliament for Asebua constituency, why a press release. Also honorable Kojo upon Croman and is on covering Pom Boat one to excavator. Excavator toy, ultimately receipt, ultimately account as Sikanikumu. Na udi o maya brose nipa amosemo be kweti galamsey you have wasted the taxpayers money mo kum Ghana this year e yentokwa wenti na Major Mahama menkai ahwefo ya ohwere ne nkwa kwabe Ghana this year be na ye bomutu oku omokwa in this fight mashi small scale miners omo yo legal businesses mashi omo excavators mo kweti galamsey. Then you, the president.
Major Mahama case in our court, so Maka say Galamsey.
But you don't know the story. Didn't you? Major Mahama was at Denchemboase fighting Galamsey.
Okay.
And through that fight, no, and Nipa Boniphobia walk home boom. So I'm trying to say, in fighting Galamsey no who.
So I heard
and apart from
yes, I did
no, the amount of and apart from that, people have been killed. Excavators have been burned. Amount for getri, amount for bossy or magia nobody but machine even though you were in legal business.
47.
Then you finish and you go and do galamsey and you sell excavators and goods.
54 pacho na me.
Ne womu ne say ya sasem ya be ya obi akabi. Professor performance oye Frimpong Boateng oye nyansani pa. Onyo bi a sebeta fracture kwala bi anase obi tumi de ne ho atoto no say wonyansa na wotinu ko bi wono oye very brilliant person oye intelligent person so na on transi and nsem bi mfadansa ase a oni so control. I want to believe say yes almost easy excavators good. I want to believe say they did the right thing in storing all this excavators in one place. Obeka yamre bi atwam yagia na yetwa ejatu aban bi atwa yagia na apagya tumpawu na hye ye hye wuntumi machine ade ade
say for avoidance of ebia ira ebia mem no enti no mo ese ne ya hye no na attempt na asem ko
excavator ye fa nye galamsey nko ye ka kwai ye the two gota enti wo de say what dream crap put you say what ba ko ye galamsey bi mu fa different so men ko hye no that's somebody's preference jetri obi jetri na wo ko hye no a adwime na wotim mo na mo pagya tum ye gi si ho no say president nankasa eniema de dwuma tutu ko ma training one more be yes small scale miners nyina ewo takwa ewie no e mean say ye bie kwan say wo betumi ye bie ongonko ye me how kakra wo mu ne say enye auction ena omo auction sa 500 excavators omo tumi establish some auction na say ye nipa da sani bi na e fast ka say ton ya Professor Performance Boateng will come out and let the truth be known.
No ka ho bi
galamsey no na ye ne kasa men kasa wo kasa bi ye din won't mean catch in a sense say videotape na wo ka no somebody who to say oh nyansani abo obi was pushing me back
officer word.
Oh, okay so we
no, but he's right. So Frimpong Boateng should have known that he was being recorded because we nyansani.
Okay, sabi say we nyansani obi say the pakra no okasa was trying to lead the man towards a certain direction, but man was intelligent enough to answer the question as they were. No, him say recorded no, but he never said anything incriminating. Now, wabo Jombo do din, wabo a friend is saying, Wuntumi din. Wuntumi has.
Kojo Ponkromas, my boy.
Beba, my mekanina. Wuntumi had a certified registered concession. Onya no nya concession.
Oya galamsey obi ani. Everywhere ne galamsey size.
Mama nka hon. Sa utati ze nye.
Se orusu obi eja ko beka se ya o ne ye de ye ni. Won se bi
me me ka che. Me ye pani pa ndu de me nye obi. Ba wo de wo be ye me anya hwe. Wo de bulemi.
Ade ye Wuntumi ne galamsey ba ga.
Wuntumi
on the galamsey ba ga.
Ba ye din owi anu
to. Wa wo.
I think the time you crash. Me ka say you.
I said you na moderate.
Yeah, it is just one
program.
Me as I go angry.
Wuntumi the founder of Galamsey Ghana. On the China for bag.
Wuntumi has a registered concession. And now some me sure that time can be alone start here.
But father Intina.
He's the founder of Galamsey in Ghana.
Wuntumi. A man for same way. Omo the picture nyina keka ho. Adentia.
Yeah, you know.
Omo obuba omudin no.
Na say media for about the picture yaba. Because Wuntumi started gold mining and at a point he was earning $1 million a day.
Obianim say our hands-on mining. Obianim say our hands-on mining. But apart from hands-on, no speculations and for perception is Oya
Galamsey. There's a worker perception. There's a worker speculation. So when you say Papa need registered land, what they yes sir a small scale by a different matter. Yes sir concession ni bi. And a professor before what is suggested, but we say. Mo pese mo nya bibi ma Jombo adu de mo hu ni Jombo adu ngongo hu Wuntumi so be twane de ne bia ma no a es register
obi ade a wa tota no ye twa ade enu no ye ton no na concession
one come and defend your
concession obi age no ti twa masa
let me tell you something okwo boasia o tie okwo boasia Anglo it got to a point when the people were disturbing them they were forced to cede off part of their concession for them to do small scale mining
small scale mining is legal.
Oh, Makachi, Mami Kabasem. I'm telling you, say me MPP ni or MPP ni or large concession. Maybe a 100 miles concession. Na say me here say me yebi. And I'm person be and I'm person introduce me graduate. Now we can tell Koko hu no na so we try to be more. Go all three
I just communal commission for license.
Because
me say
all license way. Jombo do all license.
That's what company I can't
say
yeah, the 4 minutes you are so
I don't what I would give me time. Because
you are an honorable deputy minister and you want to defend people almost saying you through
Galamsey. And a minerals commission.
Yes.
And see a year day na okotwe bi ma obi.
And anything one kasa on commission. Na me na ko TV man. O say kohuni pa na ye ne dia no. Tie ne ye o. Kohuni pa na ye ne dia no ya tie. Ya ba betra.
Na concession ye nkati.
Ya ba betra ha.
Na waka say
me ba na kasa o ma me a. What bro me.
Ukwa woni to me say woman o. You are misinforming people.
I need to me.
You want the commission you go to the commission everything lay
by force. And he's saying say go and see the man and see if he would
that's mineral commission.
Because the mineral
let me tell you. I know people who me work for a friend is saying small scale 25 acres. I'm doing that concession so but I'm not for abroad na to amount. I'm not for abroad to amount.
But your modia they only employed.
That is what I'm saying. You can assume say listen. If Wuntumi
Jombo do kasa was empire.
So Wuntumi kasa wa president what will be like employing them. It doesn't change anything.
Other what you contradict. Jombo do spoke on empire so you wait your problem. Why you know the watching because no per line
for 1 minute. 1 minute.
No ye. I the manager the answer me pacho.
But you are contradicting Jombo.
Sad ye no ye NDC for na deba out because MP Nankasa wa brochine was sending me about sad day and throw.
Thank you.
And they are fake. Nobody
should believe that. You have 2 billion for the excavators. 2 billion for
Honorable
Carlos.
Oh, yeah, Deputy Minister Trade and Industry. And oh, yeah, MP Tama West. Open your take Nisa Nifanso Peno. Ora Emmanuel Wilson. Oh, yeah, National Communications Officer. Emma PNC. And Adia Ultimate Sabe Kumso Peno. Ora Sami Jemfi. Sami Jemfi, National Communications Officer. Emma NDC. Amanyoku no said ya ne de de da yekoso ya ni piti ye tena amadum yenu bokra enya ade a ye bewie enti e pamocho ye de mu asi nyame adom a wo chena Adekye Nsroma ye besi aba ya kram